Hey, what's up, family? And today I'm gonna do a video for a lot of my mature adult people out there. And this one's gonna be touching on guns. So we're gonna title this one, Getting Your Gun Permit in Certain States. And what I'm gonna be touching on in this video is all the hoops and stuff that certain states make you jump through, especially here on the East Coast. You know, when you go down south and stuff like that, things are a lot more easier. You know, when you're down south, you can walk into Walmart and buy bullets and a gun in a bag of potato chips. You know, or you could apply for your permit in certain states and in 3 days, if not the same day, get it the same daggone day. But here in Jersey, oh my gosh, for a handgun, now watch the way I explain this, you're gonna see just how crazy some states' rules and regulations are. Now here in New Jersey, check out how all the nonsense they put me through to get my gun permit. Check this out. Step one, you gotta go to the police station and fill out a form for the background check. You gotta pay your $3, $6, whatever it is. Very little fee for that. You gotta pay that fee. Now they gotta do that's step one. They gotta do a background check on you after about a week or two, depending on how arbitrary they are with their decision. Now, as usual, you know I love to give y'all a word of the day. So the word of the day is gonna be just that. Arbitrary. And if you look up the word arbitrary, it means based on, matter of fact, I forgot that, based on a random choice or personal whim, rather than reason or the system. You know what I mean? So how some people take their personal judgment on you or something like that. So step one, check this out. Step one is go to your local police station here in New Jersey and fill out this form. It costs you $3, $6, whatever, and they got to do a background check on you. After that background check, if they don't take so much of their arbitrary time to do that check on you, it may take about 2 weeks, whatever, depending on where you're living at. See, that's another thing. Because if you live in a nice suburban area, they do it quick. If you live in an urban area, let's be honest about this. If you live in an urban area, oh, they take their slow, sweet time to jerk you around. And they're very arbitrary about it. Remember? Taking their personal judgment and their personal whim to make a judgment on you. So if your name's such and such like Carlos Mendez, you know, Leroy Brown, Raheem Jones, see, they're going to take those type of names, Pedro Gonzalez, they're going to take those type of names, unfortunately, and they're going to be very arbitrary about it. They're not going to tell you that. I'm letting you know that because I'm telling you this, I've seen it done. So let's get back to my point here. Step one, go to the police station, fill out that form, and they're going to tell you, oh, take about a week or two, depending, suburban area, urban area. See what I'm saying? I'll be very arbitrary about that. So now let's just say you're in a decent area, right? You got a nice, no criminal background check. So 2 weeks later, they say, oh yeah, Mr. Such and Such, your background check has checked out. You need to come back to the station and they're going to give you, that's step one. They're going to give you another form. This is step two. Step two is you got to fill out this form and you got to set an appointment up to go get your fingerprints done by the FBI. So now that's step two. So now you set that appointment up. It might be a month from then or whatever the case. Now, a month from then, you go get your prints done. That's step three. You go get your fingerprints done. Once you get your fingerprints done, that's going to take another week or two, or if not longer, depending on how arbitrary they are. Taking their own personal judgment and their own whim of how they feel like doing it, when they feel like doing it. I'm telling you, these things, they do these things. Not everywhere, but some places. Especially in the urban areas, unfortunately. But anyway, now we're all the way on step three, just to get your handgun permit. Now, let's say 3 weeks done passed by. You working on about 2 months already. Now they call you back and they say everything has checked through, the prints went through, blah, blah, blah. You got to come get this paper, whatever. So now you got to go get that paper. Guess what? Look how crazy this is. You got to take that paper, which has, because remember, you got your first police background check. You got to set your appointment up to go get your prints done. Now you got your prints done by the FBI or whatever. Now that checked out. Now you got to take that paper back to the police station just for them to verify that the FBI did that. You see what I'm saying? You're on step four. Now, when you take that back to them to show that you did that fingerprint stuff, now they say, okay, here's your gun permit. You're approved, right? That's step four. So now you're like, about time. Now I can go get my gun, right? Up here in Jersey, you go to the gun store and you purchase your gun. Don't think you're gonna just go on the internet and buy a gun. It ain't gonna happen like that. Because if you do go on the internet and buy a gun, you could buy it, but the gun got to be sent to a gun store to pick up. Gotta remember how these things work. So anyway, let's just go direct. Let's cut the middleman out, the internet out. We're gonna go right to the. Remember, we already did step 4. You go to the gun station up here, and you go, I want the Ruger, or I want the 9mm, whatever it is, whatever handgun you're trying to get, right? All right, you picked it out, $300, $400, $500, whatever it is, whatever gun you want to get. You want to get the Sphinx that costs like $900, whatever handgun you get, you choose it. Boom, here go the money. Guess what? You're thinking, I did all these background checks. Here's the money. Give me the gun. I'm out of here, right? No, there's another step, and this blew my mind. So now they go, oh, we got to do a background check on you. I'm like, so the first time when I got my first permit, when a guy said that at the store, I said, but they did an FBI background check, the police background check. I had to set the appointment up. All this has been checked already. I don't understand why you got to do another background check. And then the guy at the gun store says, no, you know what? I know it sounds crazy, but we just got to do a background check as you well. That goes statewide, nationwide. And then it goes back to the police station to verify their paperwork with our paperwork and letting them know all that. That's how this thing works. And I said, really, this is crazy. You got to go through all these steps just to get a gun permit here in Jersey. Here's the mind-blowing thing. And I love the fact that at the gun place where I got it was a real nice gentleman who walked me through all this stuff. This blew my mind what he said. He said, I understand it is a little aggravating, a little frustrating that they put you through all these things, make you jump through all these hoops just to get a handgun permit. He said, but you know what's even more crazier than that? You see all these shotguns and assault rifles and all this, tactical guns and all this. He said, see all that? They put you through all the background checks just to get that one handgun? And I didn't know you could get 2 at one time, but at the time I didn't know that. So I did it the second time. But anyway, he said, you think that was something? You see all these tactical guns and shotguns and all that? He said, as crazy as this may sound, if you had the money to buy every last one of these on the shelf right here, you could buy them right now today and walk out of the store. They don't put you through all them background checks. And I was like, what? That's the most craziest thing in the world. He said, exactly. When it comes to stuff like this, shotguns and tactical guns and all that, he said that, a handgun could be a concealed weapon. See, so that's why they put you through so much with a handgun, because you can conceal it. And that's another thing a lot of y'all need to follow. Stop listening to these gimmicks on Facebook where they telling you just fill out this form and send $35, $60, whatever, and you can get your concealed license. See, they scamming y'all for money. Don't fall for that. Do your due diligence. Go to your local police and find out, can you get it concealed or not in whatever state you're in. Stop listening to these dummies on the internet getting your money, then you're getting suckered. Don't fall for that. Listen to what I'm telling you. So, you understand what I'm saying? So I thought that was so weird. Y'all made me jump through all these hoops just to get a handgun. But like the guy said, you could buy every last one in here if you had the money for it. As crazy as that sounds. Now, I'm going to tell you another crazy thing about here in New Jersey. Now, I remember way back over 20-something years ago, the very first time I applied for a gun permit, I lived in Elizabeth, urban area. And I had to fill the form out. They told me it'd take 30 days. They told me it'd take 3 months to get an answer back. Do you know in 3 months I didn't get an answer back? Then 4 months went by, I still didn't get an answer back. And I went up to the police station and asked them, I filled this paperwork out over 4 months. I ain't getting no response. What is? And then he said, oh, you should be getting something real soon. So 2 weeks later, I got a notice in the mail that said, you've been denied. Mind you, I paid $90 for that paperwork. You don't get your money back. You see that bullshit? Y'all done took my $90 and you don't get your money back. That's crazy. But then not only that, the paperwork that they sent me, it said the reason you've been denied because you have an existing restraining order on your record. I was like, what? At the time, I was like, 23, 24, something like that. Young man, right? So I was like, restraining order? What? They told me I got no restraining order on me. And then I thought, I said, I remember when I was like 18, that stupid girl I was with, and she called the cops on me. I didn't even realize she put a restraining order. I didn't know that. But she threatened me with it, but I didn't know that. I don't even think I went to court for it. Maybe I did. It was so long I forgot. But anyway, so I said to the officer, I said, yeah, it says here an existing restraining order. I said, officer, but I'm 24. That was a long time ago. That was like 6 years ago when I was 18. I said, I forgot all about that. And this was what the officer said to me that blew my mind. He said, you gotta understand, sir, a restraining order is for life. I was like, what? Life? What you talking about, life? You know what it kind of remind me of? Lorenz Tate in the movie Dead Presidents. At the end of the movie, remember when he was in court and the judge said, the court hereby sentence you to 15 years to life for the crimes against humanity that you have done. And remember his response, he was like, what? He looked at his lawyer and he was like, what the fuck you talking about? Life. What the fuck this motherfucker talking about life? After all the shit I did for this country, what the fuck he talking about life? He was mad. What the fuck he talking about life? It's life. That's how I felt. I was like, yo, what do you mean restraining order for life? What do you mean life? And then that's when the officer, he said, well, restraining orders are, most people don't realize it, restraining orders are for life unless the person that put the restraining order on you goes back to court and have it removed. So if you're still in contact with this person that put it on you, I suggest you speak to them and have them go back to court. And that's what I did. And just like that, I got it removed. Because I didn't even know it was on me. I didn't know it stayed for life unless they removed it. So any of y'all got restraining orders on y'all, trust me, you want to get that removed off your record. Don't keep that there thinking that, oh, that was 20 years ago. I forgot all about that. Get it removed. Telling you don't want that to come back and haunt you later. So, what else I wanted to add to that? So, but you see all the nonsense they put me through just to get this gun? So, but like I said, in other states, you can just walk right in and buy a pack of M&Ms and a gun. But here up in Jersey, they put you through hell to get a gun permit. That's crazy. So, in closing, subscribe, share, like, and comment. I won't keep this too long. Keep it short and simple for y'all. I hope y'all learned something about that restraining order thing. Definitely do your background check. And remember, they make you jump through a lot of hoops. But remember, like I told you, how the guy said, you could buy every tactical gun in here right now if you had the money for it, and you ain't got to go through all the background check because you can't conceal those. That's crazy. People know how to conceal them, chop them off, saw it off, and all that. So it's just crazy that they say that. And it's crazy of nonsense that I was put through just for a gun permit. But some areas are more simpler than others. Another thing I'm going to tell you that they won't tell you is, I touched on it a little bit, is your urban areas and your suburban areas. If you live in an urban area like Newark, anywhere in Essex County, like Newark, East Orange, Elizabeth, Patterson, urban areas with high population, they're not going to tell you this, but trust me, they're going to be very arbitrary with taking their time. Remember, making their own personal judgment on their own personal whim on the area you live in. And if you got a name like Shaniqua Jones, Maria Gonzalez, I know that may sound crazy, Bukwa, Bu King Green, I'm being silly here, but y'all understand what I'm saying. If you have these typical Spanish and black type of names, they're going to be very arbitrary based on your name, and they're going to be very arbitrary based on the township that you're from. But trust me, when you live in a nice suburban area, like you live in Alpine, New Jersey, very affluent neighborhood, or you live in one of these other very affluent neighborhoods, or just a nice suburban area, this stuff goes through quick. See, they won't tell you that, but I'm telling you that because I've done it through experience, or known people have done it through experience, especially with me. So on that note, subscribe, share, like, and comment, and I get more positive videos out to you guys. So on that note, peace.